Hello, I'm Alan Dillon,
I'm Amy Dillon.
and we are Double D Travel. We are on here today to talk about the differences between Carnival and Princess. We went on Princess in
September.
September, and 2 weeks later, we went on Carnival. But the Princess ship, so in comparison, the Princess ship was one of the smaller ships, actually, the smallest ship Princess has, and it was their oldest ship. So we take that in comparison when we're talking about it. But anyways, let's get into that. Some of the things we loved the technology on Princess. Um, when you walk up to the room, it shows your face. There's a little screen right beside the door, and it shows your face and says, "Welcome, Amy or Herman, uh, to your room."
Yeah, it recognizes you even before you get up to the door. So if your hands are full, it starts unlocking it so you don't have to sit there and wait with things in your hand or wet bathing suit trying to hurry and get in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice. You can also use that AirTag when you're ordering food. It helps them to locate you wherever you are. And we used that several times. We were in the comedy club late at night, hungry, and we just used the app, ordered a sandwich and fries or whatever it was, and they found us in the comedy club and brought it right to us.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. And that was included in the plus package that the delivery is all included in the plus package and the premiere. But we got the plus package. It was 15 drinks a day, Wi-Fi for both of us,
Two specialty dessert.
a day, two specialty desserts a day, which we didn't even order them because we looked at some and it was too much sweets for us. We was like, no way. They was humongous. I mean, they really was. Um, but it also included on the plus, it includes two casual meals per person on a 7 day cruise. Um, and we didn't even try the other restaurant. It had two specialty restaurants, casual restaurants on board. We didn't even try the Italian because the Irish was amazing.
Very good.
Yeah. So we went to it twice.
Yeah.
But we go on the Star Princess in October of 26, and we will try the other restaurants just so we can tell you how they are. But the Irish restaurant was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. Um, but that delivery right to your seat. I mean, everywhere we was.
Yeah, drinks, food, whatever you wanted. If you didn't feel like getting up from your lounge chair and you're laying there and you want, a soda or something to drink, you can use your app, have it delivered right there to you. They find you. And unlike Carnival and many other places too, they don't make you sign a piece of paper and want to offer another tip on top of that. They don't ask for another tip. They just bring it to you and check you off and go.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't try to. I mean, I'm not saying that Carnival is pressuring you
Right.
into tipping extra, but they do give you the receipt and make you sign it. And
Every time you drink.
yeah, every time you get a drink, it's not like that on Princess. You don't sign anything. They just thank you, um, Amy or Herman, and they're on their way. They give you your whatever you ordered, and they're on their way. Um, so we did like that about Princess. I'm not bashing on Princess at all, but the food in the buffet was not as good as Carnival's. Now everybody said, "Hey, don't compare this. This is their oldest ship." Everybody that loves Princess on that ship said, "Don't compare this. This is their oldest and smallest ship." So,
And we've been on some Carnival ships where we didn't care for their food as much as we usually do. It can vary ship by ship. The food
it
we
does
have,
absolutely.
yeah.
We in March we went on the Liberty out of New Orleans. We did have a good time.
Yeah,
I'm
nice
not
ship.
bashing.
Yeah,
We don't
fun.
bash
Yeah,
cruise lines. That's not what we do. Um, but the food was not nearly as good as when we went in August, September,
Princess. Yeah.
when we went in September on the celebration on Carnival. The food was on spot. It was really good.
And on Princess, the dining room food was really good.
Oh yeah.
We went
Oh,
to
yeah.
the dining room almost every night for dinner, and the dining room food was very nice. Just the
Yeah. It was just a buffet.
yeah, just a buffet. We just didn't care for the foods on the buffet, but there's plenty of selection on the ship. I mean, you can go get pizza. You can get salad. You can get snacks. I mean, there's plenty of options that if during lunch or breakfast you don't like what's there, there's other options you can get. So there's still plenty of good food.
Yeah, and everybody says it's an old person's cruise on Princess. We didn't run into that.
I mean, there's
There's
a
a
lot
lot
more
of
older people than what we find typically in Carnival, but it wasn't what we thought. We thought it was going to be like major scooters everywhere, just nobody wanting to stay out past 9 o'clock, at the comedy club and stuff. But we met several nice young couples that we hung around with.
Yeah, we hung around with a couple from Canada.
Yeah, I mean, we
A
did
lot.
the '80s dance parties out there dancing.
Yeah, actually, we met a couple from Columbus. Um, they only live a half an hour away from us, and we met them in New York on this cruise, and they dressed as the '80s. They done like he done the Run DMC, and I was in but we had an amazing time. Everybody didn't dress up like they do on Carnival. It's not the Carnival vibe per se, but it is the cruise is what you make of it, because we went and had a good time at the '80s party, and we dressed up. Most of the people there wasn't dressed up in the '80s, but we met a group that was, and I mean it was a younger group, but we had a really good time.
Yeah, they still have sailaway parties. May not be as much of a vibe as you get for Carnival, but it was fun.
Oh yeah,
it was nice.
It was.
Yeah, and the one thing I'd have to say about Princess, a little bit more than what we find in Carnival, is Princess customer service is a lot more, not really friendly, just really over. I mean, every time you left your room, they're in your room, folding your toilet paper, making your bed, taken away. I mean, they are in there every single time you leave your room, just spot on cleaning, and keeping everything up to the point where I said our next cruise, I'm going to tell our room steward that, hey, just come in once a day, make the bed, do what you need to do, but you do not need to come in every time we leave this room, because they're really over and above. The wait staff, wonderful. Even though Carnival says too. Carnival
yeah, we don't have
We've
any
never
problem.
had bad experience with the Carnival staff.
It seems like it's a little bit
more catered.
Yeah, more catered on Princess, because they like she said, we leave the room for just a few minutes, and we'd come back, and you could tell she had been in there.
She took my sandwich.
She took her sandwich. So I mean, it seems like it's a little bit more catered than Carnival, and like I said, we are not bashing on Carnival. We love Carnival.
Yeah, we love Carnival.
So
just
a little bit more. Yes, they do. But I wish the packages. Back to the Carnival came out with the package, but it's only good for 2026, and you have to buy it by the 18th. So you got 4 days to purchase for next year.
But I say it's a trial. They're trying it.
Yes.
So maybe if enough people use it, they'll be like their sister ship, where they're a princess, and maybe they'll see this is something worth it.
Yeah, because Holland, I had a cousin comment on, well, Holland's is a lot cheaper. Yeah, but at least Carnival came out with a package, and hopefully they'll come back out with it and leave it out, because they need something, because the nickel and dime is getting a little bit irate. People, I have a lot of customers that's commenting on Carnival nickel and dime. And like I said, I'm not here to bash a cruise line, but I agree. I mean, if their sister companies can do it, Princess and Holland, they can do it too. I know their cruise lines is a little bit cheaper, their cruises. So, charge a little bit more for the packages, but you need to come out with a package, Carnival, and leave it. So
now we did hear a friend of ours went on a Carnival ship just a little while back, and he did say they did have the technology on that Carnival ship to order drinks from your phone, like Princess, and have them delivered to you. So it sounds like they're starting to try to maybe start getting up in the technology and compete with their other ships. So that's a good thing.
You got to compete. And like I said, we still love Carnival. It's a very party vibe, and we enjoy it. I mean, we enjoy it.
I wouldn't even say party vibe, just lots of stuff going on. I mean,
I compare it, and actually, you can't really say that. I've always compared it, and I mentioned this. I'm like, it's like a camping community
hmm
because people are so much friendly. If you've ever been camping, you know this. Um, People are so much friendlier when you're camping
yeah,
than
yeah,
here in the real world. But I compare it that even Princess so far. That's all we've been on is Carnival and Princess. But hope to do more. But
yeah. Every time we go on a cruise, we seem to bond with a couple or two, and then become friends with them. And a lot of them, still cruise with us, and we do other cruises with them. So,
yeah, actually, one
yeah.
of the couples we met on our first cruise, they didn't
Mhm.
know anybody on the cruise that we went as a group, and they still go with us every year. Very good friends of ours now,
Yeah,
and they go every year. And we met somebody on a cruise out of California that lives in Texas, and they've been on a cruise, another cruise with us. So it seems like you meet friends for life on your cruise.
yeah,
So we've actually had other people tell us that, so that they have met friends for life. We met somebody on the celebration in September that told us they've been cruising with the people for I don't remember. Do you remember how many years they said it was
yeah.
been
A
years?
while.
So, anyways, but that's our comparison. Well, we love we love cruising. So, anyways, give me a call 740-808-2754. That's 740-808-2754. That is my personal cell phone number. And let me give you you don't have to book through me, but at least give me a chance to give you a comparison. I guarantee you it's not going to be cheaper through somebody else, and you're going to get more customer service through me. I promise you that. I check the prices on your cruise every week to make sure that the price hasn't went down. So give me a chance. That's all I'm asking for. Goodbye.